Hey, it's Rob. Welcome to the Everyday Investor, the hottest real estate investment show in the world. That's right, I said it. I don't care who knows it. We've got a very exciting show. We're going to be talking about a very unique topic. We're going to learn how we can make money investing in land banking. Now remember, when anyone offers you any kind of investment opportunity, you always want to ask 4 questions to start. Number 1, what is the ROI, the return on investment? Number 2, when do I get that return on investment along with the money that I put in? 3, what is the minimum cash amount needed? And 4, look them right in the eye and ask them what is the risk, the worst case scenario. We've got Nikki on the show, we've got Beware on the show. They're making money by land banking. What is that? Well, stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
The Everyday Investor has been brought to you by ProFunds Mortgages, Fixed Returns, Real Security. The Real Estate Center Canada, for all your buying, selling, and investing needs. Exteriors, providing you with full-service exterior renovations.
For over 10 years, Strong-Based Interlock and Landscaping has providing professional services to homeowners across the Greater Toronto Area. We are dedicated to ensuring your landscaping resembles the beauty you have envisioned. Our team guarantees competitive prices and the highest level of customer satisfaction through our integrity and commitment to quality landscaping services. For a free estimate on your next project, call us at 416-800-1585 or visit our website at sbinterlock.com. Whatever your interlocking and landscaping needs, you can count on Strong Base.
At Here to Clean, we understand that inviting someone into your home is a big deal. All of our cleaners are carefully vetted to ensure we send the right person to care for your home. We offer a variety of cleaning services to meet our various clients' needs, from small office and vacation rental cleaning, post-renovation and move-in cleaning. We will arrange a team of professionals with the right skill sets to tackle your toughest jobs and get them done right. Email, call, or text us to discuss your unique needs.
Hey there, this is Anthony Maniaci. Here at Maniaci Sobel Altbaum, we're a law firm working for you in all facets of the law. My specialty is working in corporate commercial law and real estate, but we have lawyers that work in all other areas, including litigation and family. Our practice focuses on service with a personal touch, delivering in-depth legal advice and guidance to our clients, treating you as people, not as a number. You can reach us at maniacilaw.com.
Hey, it's Jeff and Mark from Exteriors. Exteriors provides you with full-service exterior renovations, including roofing, siding, aluminum, and eaves troughs. We treat every renovation as if it were our own, guaranteeing impeccable craftsmanship. Exteriors Renovations. Contact us for a free quote.
At High Peaks Custom Homes, we understand that your family is unique, and your home should be too. We are dedicated to understanding your vision and bringing it to life with great attention to detail and expert craftsmanship. Contact us at High Peaks Custom Homes to speak with our design team and start your new home.
Canadian Real Estate Wealth, Canada's leading authority on residential real estate investment, can help you grow your portfolio, build equity, and find the perfect market for your next investment property. Available both online and in print. Canadian Real Estate Wealth is written by investors for investors. Each issue brings proven, practical advice on all aspects of your investor's journey: property management, financing, alternative investing, and so much more. In 2018, when you think ROI, think CREW. Visit CanadianRealEstateMagazine.ca to subscribe today.
The Real Estate Center is one of North America's leading real estate firms, helping everyday people buy, sell, and invest in real estate. By leading with education, we make sure our clients have the know-how and confidence to make informed decisions, allowing them to reach their goals. Through our vast network of experienced advisors, the Real Estate Center is able to provide a full-service experience across the entire country. Whether you're looking for your first home, an income property, or commercial investment, we're here to help. Visit our website at therealestatecenter.com.
Hey, it's Rob. Welcome back to the Everyday Investor. Today we're going to be talking about making money investing in land banking. My good friend Nikki Edmonds is here. Nikki, thanks for being on the show.
Thanks very much for having me, Rob.
Thanks for being the associate producer on the show.
Thank you for letting me do that.
Thanks for loving me and my family.
Anytime.
And you also are an investor.
Yes, I am.
Yes. You only have 16 different investments.
That's right.
At the tender age of what?
28.
19, 20?
28 in 15 days.
And you know, the joke is, I met you 5-6 years ago.
Yes.
And therefore, you told me you were like 22.
Yes.
And then whenever anyone asks me how old is Nikki, I say she's 22.
Yeah.
I forget.
Yeah,
But
I've gotten older every year.
That's right. Is that
Yeah.
how it works?
That's how it works.
But 16 properties, 16 investments, not just
Right.
properties, because you have different vehicles.
Right. They're not all properties.
They're not all properties. Most of them are properties.
Most of them are.
And within the property demographic, if you will, you have triplexes and quads and single families and condo and all that kind of stuff. But you're also invested with me in land development deals. You're in mortgage deals. But one that's very unique is land banking. So talk a little bit about land banking. I mean, a lot of people are kind of afraid, and it's not grandma's land that's going to take 100 years before we can develop it. But how do we know it's not grandma's swamp land that's going to take 100 years? Like, what do you look for when you're investing just in land?
So if you're looking just in land, I mean, people are talking about location, and we on the show often talk about cash flow and rental properties. If you're investing in just land, you don't have any of those other ways of making money.
Yes.
Right? You're completely hoping and strategically planning to make money from land value increasing.
Yeah.
So you are looking for location when you're choosing what to buy.
And so, on that point, there's no mortgage in buying land. We have to buy that out, right? Mm-hmm. And we pay our annual taxes.
Yes.
And so you mentioned, then therefore we got to make sure we're buying in an area that we can not speculate, not gamble with. So what are kind of some fundamentals that you look for? Like, how do you know what geographic area to buy? I mean, this particular one that you did was in the States, actually, right?
Yeah.
In South Florida. But, why not Windsor, Ontario?
It absolutely can be. You want to put the research in to look at areas that are very likely to increase in value. So the land that I bought, for example, right before the crash in the States, this was land that had been prepared to be developed. So they had put in all the city systems that it would need to start building on.
Nice.
And then when the crash happened, everything stopped. But there were homes in the areas around. So this is just one vacant lot in that area. So the idea there is that development will start up again as things start to be built in that area. More people will want to move in, and the whole value of the land will go up.
I get it. Very smart. So basically, there's a subdivision. They're starting to build, so we have plots that there's no home on,
Right.
but right next door there is a home on.
Exactly.
And so that's where you decided to buy.
Exactly, to make sure you're not buying just a piece of land out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
It's in an area where there are people, there's growth. It might be where public transport is extending, so you do want to look at all those things.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I was talking to Biwar before the show. He's going to come on in a few minutes. He was talking about, he's invested in land an hour and change east of Toronto, but it's zoned, it's ready to go. And so therefore we don't have to take this, what I call entitlement risk,
Yes.
where we're buying something and we're just hoping for it to be zoned ready to go, because we can't gamble with how long it takes.
Right.
Give me an example of how land banking works. I think it's fascinating. I thought it was, you just buy land and then hope for it to increase and then sell it, but that's not the case, especially with what you did.
That's not the case.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because it makes sense, and I think a lot of people don't know that this is how investing in land
Yes.
works.
Yeah.
So if you've got a subdivision or neighborhood where you have some vacant plots of land,
Yep.
and then you have other plots that have homes on them.
Yeah.
When you hear, this neighborhood increased by 3% last year.
Okay. Conservative number.
Conservative number, yeah.
Okay.
If you're hearing it increased by 3%, well, it wasn't the bricks and mortar that increased in value.
Yeah.
It was the land,
Yes.
right?
Actually, the bricks and mortar is actually a depreciating
depreciating.
product. Yes, like
right.
a car.
Right.
Okay.
So if you have an opportunity to own only the appreciating part of that real estate,
Yeah.
you have more of a likelihood that your money is going to increase. We can go through some numbers.
Yeah. So give me an
if you
example.
want to
So we purchase a piece of land in a subdivision
Yeah.
in Florida. You said it was around the crash time,
Yes.
right? Okay.
Yeah.
So it'd be quite cheap, I would think.
Yeah. So let's say the vacant plots of land are $20,000.
$20,000. Okay.
Okay. And in the neighborhood, there are plots of land that you can buy with homes on them for $100,000.
$100,000.
Three reason-
It could be right next door.
Could be right next door.
Okay.
But this one has a home on it.
Yeah.
So when that neighborhood increases in value and someone says, my home went from being worth $100,000 to being worth $103,000.
$103,000. So 3% increase.
3% increase.
Okay. So I made $3K over, let's call it a year.
Yeah.
Okay.
So those people who own that home, their investment went up by 3%.
Okay.
If you own the vacant plot of land right next door,
Yes.
you're in for only $20,000.
Yes. And I would think that I made $600
Right.
on the because the $100,000 home increased by 3%. So my $20,000 land increased by 3%. So I'm making $600 on my $20,000, which, you know,
Not that exciting.
not that exciting. And you said, Rav, that's not the case.
That's not the case.
And I said, how dare you educate Mr. Real Estate? And then I said, I was just kidding, go ahead, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if those plots of land with the homes on them went up by $3,000, well, like we said, it wasn't the bricks and mortar that went up by $3,000.
Yes.
It was the land.
Yes.
So that lift of $3,000 actually applied to your $20,000 land.
So I made $3,000 on my $20,000 investment.
Exactly.
And so whenever you're trying to figure out your ROI on that, you want to take your profit and divide it what you're in for. So in this case, you take $3,000, you divide it by $20,000, and that is an outstanding 15% for picking my nose, doing nothing in a different country.
Yep.
And I made 15% on an annualized return.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes. So a lot of people don't know that it's obviously the return then is augmented. On the other side of that, you don't have the cash flow, you don't have the mortgage pay down that we talk about. You are strictly having your return come from market appreciation.
Market appreciation. So yeah, I mean, you're diversified in different things. Like we said on the property side, investing in mortgages, investing in land development. What kind of, Nikki, I mean, this is outstanding, 15% doing nothing, right? What would be, and it's all cash. I mean, it's not like, you know,
Yeah.
we can, but again, you borrow that from a credit line or whatever the case is, and doesn't have to be just out of your own pocket. But what would be the risk in something like this? I mean, in this case, it sounds like it's in a subdivision, things are building, but you know, I guess we'll hear from BWR, but his might not be the same kind of product. What would you see as being the risk?
I would say, because when we do talk about rental properties and making sure we have cash flow, this is technically negative cash flow, right? Because
course.
each year you're paying the property taxes.
Yes.
There's no form
There's
of
no
income.
cash flow, there's nobody paying down mortgage, you're out of pocket actually
Exactly.
every year. Okay.
Exactly. So the risk then is that if your property doesn't go up in value or it goes down in value, all your eggs are in one basket, and that is that you're banking on that property, on that passive appreciation. If it doesn't happen, that would be your risk. That would be your downside.
Yeah, but you already covered that. I mean, we look at the fundamentals, right? I'm not going to go do this in Kappes Casing, Ontario, unless I think that the fundamentals are there, the GDP growth, there's people moving in, immigration, there's jobs created, so on and so forth. I mean, you looked in, I mean, this was close to where? Where is this, Miami? Or
This is close to the Fort Myers area.
Fort Myers.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a wonderful area. I love, you know, going there. So you look at, okay, is this going to, is there a demand, right? Mama Tour always taught me that when there's more demand than supply, we're in business now, right? And so obviously, okay, but what else? I mean, that's...
Yeah, so with that being in mind, I like this to just be a portion of my portfolio. I wouldn't want this to be the entire portion of my portfolio. Because, like I said, this is costing a bit of money, so if you've got some cash flow as well, it's a nice balance. This obviously has really great upside potential, so that's why I do like it to have it as part of my portfolio, but just not all of it.
Yeah, no, it's great. And it's $20,000.
Yeah.
Right? On your,
Exactly.
You've invested, this is probably your smallest amount put in
Yes.
in terms of investment, other than your joint venture partners. Obviously, you're the working girl with the money partners and so on and so forth. But, well, Nikki, it's great to have you on the show. Stay on with me. We're going to bring BWR on, and we're going to look at different type of property, land rather. Don't go anywhere. The Everyday Investor. We'll be right back.
The Everyday Investor has been brought to you by ProFunds Mortgages, Fixed Returns, Real Security. The Real Estate Centre Canada, for all your buying, selling, and investing needs. Exteriors, providing you with full-service exterior renovations.
Canadian Real Estate Wealth, Canada's leading authority on residential real estate investment, can help you grow your portfolio, build equity, and find the perfect market for your next investment property. Available both online and in print. Canadian Real Estate Wealth is written by investors for investors. Each issue brings proven, practical advice on all aspects of your investor's journey: property management, financing, alternative investing, and so much more. In 2018, when you think ROI, think CREW. Visit CanadianRealEstateMagazine.ca to subscribe today.
ProFunds Mortgages and its affiliate Valor Capital offers expert service and funding solutions for builders and developers, offering first and second mortgages with a combination of institutional and private lending. ProFunds Mortgages and Valor Capital offer a full-service construction and development package with in-house engineers, developers, builders, planners, and the best of financial analysts. With the many years of experience and credibility, ProFunds and Valor would love to be your added value financial partner. Visit us at profunds.ca.
Hey, it's Jeff and Mark from Exteriors. Exteriors provides you with full-service exterior renovations, including roofing, siding, aluminum, and eaves troughs. We treat every renovation as if it were our own, guaranteeing impeccable craftsmanship. Exteriors Renovations. Contact us for a free quote.
At High Peaks Custom Homes, we understand that your family is unique, and your home should be too. We are dedicated to understanding your vision and bringing it to life with great attention to detail and expert craftsmanship. Contact us at High Peaks Custom Homes to speak with our design team and start your new home.
For over 10 years, Strong-Based Interlock and Landscaping has providing professional services to homeowners across the Greater Toronto Area. We are dedicated to ensuring your landscaping resembles the beauty you have envisioned. Our team guarantees competitive prices and the highest level of customer satisfaction through our integrity and commitment to quality landscaping services. For a free estimate on your next project, call us at 416-800-1585 or visit our website at sbinterlock.com. Whatever your interlocking and landscaping needs, you can count on Strong Base.
Like people, businesses have their journey, their path, sometimes straight, but more often evolving, growing, and adapting. And like people, businesses' needs change, creating the need for knowledge in areas like accounting, consulting, and tax. Areas critical to your continued growth and success, all part of the journey, and all part of what we do together with you. So that when your business has arrived, it's ready to keep going. MNP. Wherever business takes you.
Hey, it's Vitali, Rav's door and window guy. Here are 4 quick tips when choosing doors and windows for your home. 1. Get 2 to 3 estimates from a reputable vendor. 2. Choose the right manufacturer. 3. Make sure you have a warranty. And 4. Get professional installation. To book a free estimate, contact us at torontodoorsandwindows.ca.
Hey, it's Rav. Welcome back to The Everyday Investor. Today we're talking about how we can make money investing in land banking. We've been talking to my good friend Nikki and how she's done it. And now my good friend Biwar is on the show. Biwar, thanks so much for being here. I want the viewers at home to know that I didn't bring you on the show just because you have a wonderful glow about you. Obviously, that's because you work outside. You're a landscaper extraordinaire. You're my landscaper, and I appreciate all that you do there. I brought you on the show because you're also a savvy investor, and we're talking about land banking. Nikki, yours is in a different country, in South Florida, Fort Myers area. But Biwar had an approach, and I didn't really think people did it here in the GTA or an hour and a half away. But Biwar, you've decided to do that. Why did you decide to buy land kind of on the outskirts of Toronto?
So I invested in outside of Toronto because of the price. The price of Toronto is very expensive, and then I just thought it's going to grow. It's going to go extend outside the GTA. So I bought an hour and a half further away from the center of Toronto.
And how long ago did you do that?
That was last year.
Last year?
Last year, yes.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you're right. People have taught me before, some of the experts, that when you take a penny and drop it in a puddle, there's a ripple effect. And so once prices are, oversaturated in the core, it's just going to go out, and that's where the next kind of boom is going to be. We've talked about this before we started the show, so I know the numbers, but it's quite significant. You bought an hour and a half east of Toronto,
yes.
And what was the purchase price?
$48,000.
$48,000.
Yes.
So that's a nice entry level. Nikki, yours was the example you gave $20,000.
$20,000.
This is $48,000. What's that going to buy you in Toronto? Can I buy a shingle?
No.
No?
No, but being an hour and a half outside,
Yes.
that sounds like from his ripple effect idea, that sounds like a great price.
Yes, and this must be 10 by 10 feet for 48,000, or
Actually, it's just over half an acre, spread across the street from the lake.
half an
Trench
acre
Hills.
across the street from the lake
Yes.
for $48,000. And again, the question would be, as we talk with Nikki, geography, it's because it's just that. It's an hour and a half. You know, anywhere we kind of invest outside of the GTA, north, west, east, I guess not south, it's the water, we're gonna get a big bang for our buck.
Yes.
What is it appraised? You said that your realtor appraised it for you now. What was appraised for 12 months later?
Appraised for 70 to 80,000.
$70,000 to $80,000.
Yes.
So we are making almost 100%, almost, I don't know what that is, 80, 90 percent on our money, doing nothing. What would taxes be for something like that, 48,000? What did you pay for the annual taxes?
Property taxes are anywhere around $2,000 a year.
$2,000 a year.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So $48,000 purchase price, you're making a profit of $30,000, $40,000. I'm sure you don't mind paying $2,000 a year in taxes.
Not at all.
Yes. No, this is fantastic. I have to confess, I've been investing for 30 years. First townhome with Mama in Kingston. I never got into, land. I guess I do. I joint venture when we do land development, but this is a little bit different. I mean, your lot size was what, would you say?
My lot size, I mean, it's a typical in a subdivision.
50 by 100.
Yeah,
or
typical.
whatever the case is.
And the property taxes on that are around 400 US.
400 US,
Yeah.
and in the first year making 15%. BWAR here, because it's Toronto, right, where there's much demand and little
Yeah.
supply, says, okay, I'll go an hour and a half out, and like I say, basically doubling his money in just 1 year. That's fantastic. I do want the viewers to understand the importance of landscaping and a great landscaper. Let's talk a little bit on that from an investment point of view. So Rav has a home. He wants to sell it for maximum dollars. I know that I can do things to it that are not going to give me the biggest bang for the buck. What are some things, BWAR, that we can do that will really, highlight, increase the price, make it the most profitable?
So when you're selling a home, it's best to kind of fix the driveway, make sure there's a proper patio in the backyard, make sure all the steps in the front entrance are all perfectly fine, not uneven. It does have to do with inspection as well. So the grading around the house, everything drains away from the house, just making the property look nice and clean.
Yeah.
Finishing it off, making sure that driveway looks great, the curb appeal is amazing. That way the next homeowner doesn't have to think of investing into the landscaping.
And because, we know, Nikki, purchasing a property, I want to sell my investment property, not necessarily to another investor. I might sell it to somebody who wants to have pride of ownership, and this is their house for 10, 15, 20 years. And so we know that buying our home, principal residence, is a very emotional decision.
Absolutely.
And so therefore landscaping matters.
Yeah, you want to give a buyer a good feeling when they see the place. You want them to be able to imagine themselves living there. I'm interested to know, if you are selling, instead of your home or a property to a home buyer, if you're selling it to another investor, is it different? What kinds of things you put in?
Well, it's definitely different. If it's a builder that's buying the property, you really don't have to do much because they're most likely going to be tearing it down and rebuilding it, or just renovating, and they have their own contractors to do it for a cheaper price than a homeowner would find it.
Well, what I loved about you came to your house, you brought your dad with you. You say, Rav, I always test all my clients. If my dad likes them, then I'll work on the project. And the first thing you said to me is, Rav, look, I'll tell you right now, I'm more expensive than most, but you will not find better work. In fact, you said, I will pay more money if I don't find a great landscaper. And don't you find that? I mean, I think, I'm not quite sure when I see driveways and I see back patios, and within months, some of my friends, and I feel bad, they've got weeds growing through and so on and so forth. Is that because they're just unlucky, or is there a certain way to do things? Or, I mean, obviously there's a certain way to do things, but kind of talk through a proper way to excavate or landscape.
Definitely. So it's got to be excavated properly. It's got to be excavated a certain depth depending on our weather. What area are you in? Are you in the beaches where it's really sandy? Or are you up in Barrie where it's nice clay, hard clay? So it all depends on different kind of soils, different kind of material that's in there already existing. And then the amount of material you put, the virgin limestone that goes in there. And for the wheat parts and the settlement, it also has to do with the sand that goes in between the joints as well.
And then you do that, and you shouldn't have anything come through.
That's right, correct.
And why the kind of the one sags and one doesn't? We at first it's nice, and then over time, quite quickly, some can you know, it's not as flat as it should be or sloped the way that it should be.
Yes, exactly. So some landscapers think that you don't have to dig a certain depth everywhere. For example, we're excavating 10 inches to put in gravel. Some side is 8 inches, some side is 10. So the top looks nice and even when it's gravelled and compacted, but the bottom still looks on a slope because side is 8 inches and the other side is 10 inches.
Yeah.
So there's more silt, there's more soil in the 8 inches side than the 10-inch gravel side. So you have ground settlements.
When is the best time to do landscaping, and what are some kind of timelines? Let's say for example, we're going to start soon and do just the front yard of my property. What would timelines be? When's the best time to do it?
For your property, there are timelines probably a week and a half for the front yard.
Yeah.
And the best time to do it is anywhere end of April, towards the end of November.
End of November. Anytime after that.
The ground is either too soft or too frozen, basically.
And if somebody tried to do it and they did it in November, they might be in for a surprise.
Yes,
come
come
March,
back April, they'll have to redo it.
Okay, cool. So Nikki, do you I mean, like I say, you have many properties and you have many customers, clients, if you will, tenants.
Yeah.
You put a lot of thought into landscaping?
I put some thought into it. It's very simple. I don't put a lot of, I'm not expecting my tenants to go and be sitting out and putting in a big patio for them or something like that.
Sure.
It's pretty simple, but some basic things for curb appeal do help, especially to get tenants more excited to rent your property. You have a lower vacancy rate, so it does help you, even if you're not looking to sell, you still want people to come by and want to rent your place.
Sure. Of course, we're not doing much landscaping in Fort Myers or an hour and a half east of Toronto. Those are our money makers, our land banking. But beware, what are some of the current trends? What are people doing right now? There's tons of shows out there, and there was one thing many years ago, maybe just a nice porch and a little swing for Ma and Pa.
Yeah.
But what are people doing now?
Most people right now are actually just basically vacationing in their own backyard. So installing a pool, having an outdoor kitchen, installing a pergola, a nice sized patio. A lot of people are also leaning towards the turf instead of cutting the grass. That way they're spending more time on their outdoors than actually cutting the grass. Yeah.
A turf?
Yeah.
So how do you do that?
Basically, it's the same system as the interlock. You got to build the base, make sure there's enough drainage for it, for the water to drain, and then you just got to install the artificial turf.
Listen, I am grateful for you guys to come on the show. Time flies
Thanks
when we're
for
having
having
fun. Congratulations on one aspect of your portfolio, land banking,
Thank
yourself
you.
as well. Doubled it almost in 1 year.
Thanks.
Thanks for nurturing us on landscaping and all that kind of good stuff. For more information on this episode, to learn about land banking, to learn about excavation and interlock and all that kind of good stuff, make sure you go to theeverydayinvestor.info. Thank you again, Nikki. Thank you again, Bewar. Thank you at home for watching the show. Without you, we wouldn't have one. Remember, when it comes to money, live simply, give generously, and always invest. Until next time, we'll see you, same place, same time, all that kind of good stuff. Honey, I love you. I'll be home soon. Thanks for watching, everyone.